Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, in various places on the internet. It just turned 10:41 a.m. according to a computer clock, just as I hit record on Thursday, April 23rd, 2015. And this is my review of original Sailor Moon anime, episode number 43. Is Usagi going it alone? The Sailor Warriors get into a big fight. This episode originally aired in Japan on February 6th, 1993. And first of all, with the title, it seems that the English dub again turned the question into a statement. Usagi's going it alone, even though the question mark's still visible in the title, but, you know, whatever. So, there's a pre-title scene. All the four Sailor Guardians are fighting against Sailor Moon. And, so, there's this monster, that takes pictures. Okay? She shows Queen Beryl and Kunsight, the photos as evidence that Sailor Moon's having a falling out with the Sailor Guardians. And she has this really annoying speech impediment type of thing. She keeps saying bun bun at the end of sentences. For no reason, really. It's just, okay, whatever. I think it's like that in the original Japanese, too. So, she's ordered to get more proof, so she robs Naru's mom's jewelry store. We haven't seen Naru and her mom in a while, but yeah. So she's robbing the jewelry store, and the alarm goes off. They turn on the lights, and they spot her, and they're like, "Oh no, monster!" Somehow, Sailor Moon shows up right away, and then the other Guardians show up. And it's like, how'd they get there so fast? And even Ami said something like, I was the first one that detected this crime. And it's like they were just waiting outside for it to happen. I mean, they arrived so fast. I don't get it. And you know what? They continue this fighting thing. And we find out the fighting thing is just fake. They're showing off, hoping that the Dark Kingdom picks up on the idea that Sailor Moon's had it with Sailor Mars and others, and she just wants to go off on her own and perhaps join the Dark Kingdom. That's Usagi's plan, actually. Usagi came up with this, and Luna warns it's dangerous, but since she wants to go through with it, she has to act the part, which Usagi's having trouble with, but here's the thing. Why are they doing this when the monster's attacking Naru and her mom? They're arguing when they should be rescuing Naru and her mom. I mean, it'll be okay if they look like they're not cooperating while they're attacking, but they should at least attack. Also, the monster goes around a corner and comes back out in her human form as a reporter, asking questions that the Sailor Guardians are breaking up or whatever. None of them question why this reporter would be inside the store already. Well, I think Sailor Mars calls it paparazzi, just like she did in the Deke English dub, so I think that was in the Japanese original. I'm not sure, but They don't question this. They don't question where the monster went, except later on Usagi asks, hey, where'd the monster go? And Naru's like, she left while you were arguing. Anyway, Naru and her mom need help down, so Usagi has to help them down. They were pinned to the wall after the rest of the Guardians leave. Yeah. There's no Mamoru in this episode. He just doesn't appear. Mamoru. Okay. Anyway, Usagi and Naru are walking down the street. They're talking about it. Naru's filling her in on what, Sailor Moon did. How could she not tell that that's Usagi? But anyway, the reporter comes up behind them, overhearing them talk about Sailor Moon, and she's asking them questions. Usagi passes it off to Naru. Naru tries to pass it off to Usagi, but Usagi takes the opportunity to get out of there. This is a silly episode, in case you can't tell. Let's see. Usagi writes a note from Sailor Moon and delivers it to the reporter, saying Usagi wants to leave, and she wants, and basically Usagi has to, the reporter has to meet Usagi in the Juban cemetery at night, and Kunsai shows up as well. Usagi doesn't like that because meeting Kunsai wasn't part of the deal, but Usagi says she doesn't want to stop fighting for love and justice, but she wants to make sure Tuxedo Mask is okay. Kunsai says fine as soon as you give us the silver crystal, and she's like, I'll give you a silver crystal as soon as I see a Tuxedo Mask is okay. Kunsai talks about Tuxedo Mask, saying, he can't even move these days. And she's like, oh wow, what's wrong with him? And he's like, who knows? But anyway, the reporter spots the Sailor Senshi hiding in the trees over there. Lets Kunsai know. Kunsai realizes this was all set up. He opens a portal to a Dark Kingdom for Usagi to go through, but she's chickening out. She's like, I'm gonna do it. Tuxedo Massacre, I come. But the reporter prevents Usagi from going in. She's like, it's too late to see a Tuxedo Mask. You're gonna die right here, and then we'll just take the silver crystal. Usagi's like, I don't have it on me. At one point, Jupiter says, damn it, which is cool. But then Jupiter gets into it with Mars, thinking, Mars says, let's not blow her cover, we can't go out to save her. Jupiter's like, do you really care only about her? She's like, do you really don't care about her at all? But then Mars reveals that Usagi gave her the moon stick to hold on to. So Jupiter apologizes. But then when they get out there, Kunsai reveals, you don't seriously think I didn't see through your plan a long time ago, right? And the girls are embarrassed. Rei lets out Raging Fire Soul. I checked the Japanese, and yes, it's like that in the Japanese. Why Raging Fire Soul? And as far as I can tell, there's absolutely no difference between that and regular Fire Soul, which Mars also uses a bit later on in the episode. But this, I guess, is the first appearance of Raging Fire Soul. If you care. There's no difference. Michi's eating over there in the kitchen. But yeah, so then we have a nice combination of Supreme Thunder and Crescent Beam, Jupiter and Venus's attacks. That's pretty cool. So Kunsai leaves, Usagi heals the reporter, and the reporter continues to question them about the Sailor's Guardians possibly breaking up. There's a lot of Usagi and Rei's silliness where they're blowing raspberries and sticking their tongues out, and it's had two big moments of that happen, two separate times in the episode. Overall, the episode's silly, and it seems it's not important. I mean, the only new information is Kunsai lets Usagi know that Tuxedo Mask can't move. But I don't think that's going to come into play in a future episode. I'm going to guess that this episode's just filler. You can skip it. The next episode preview, there's a silly line in there from Luna. Oh, Misha's leaving. There's a silly line where she says, oh, you think this is going to be just another silly episode, right? Of course, the visuals did not give that indication. Actually gave the indication that it's going to be a pretty important episode and very serious. So I don't know why Luna says that, but it's kind of... Anyway. So yeah, this episode wasn't important, but the next one definitely will be. And it's 10:51 a.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.